Right, so it's December, which means it's Christmas time, which means there's an onslaught of Christmas content on Netflix. This year is nothing new. I'm Abner, and I'm going to be talking to you today about the Princess Switch? The Princess Switch. It's an idea that combines The Parent Trap with It Takes Two and The Great British Bake Off, which is a melting pot I didn't think I was going to see in my lifetime. We deserve this as an audience. We've got Vanessa Hudgens, we've got others, all in this scenario, this Christmas scenario. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of Christmas fun for family audiences. It's just not for 27-year-old males like me. So I don't know why I watched it. A Chicago baker competing in a Christmas baking competition in Belgravia when she bumps into the prince's fiance. They look alike and switch for 2 days. What more do you want? Let's start here with the good. The good. I always knew which one was the princess and which one was the commoner. Vanessa Hudgens did an impression of a British person. She didn't act, she just impersonated one. Vanessa Hudgens is in a bakery. She mentions that she's just broken up with an ex or something. The guy she works with is like, oh, you remember that baking competition that exists? And we as the audience go, no, but okay, go on. And she goes, yeah, the baking competition. And he goes, oh, well done, you're in. You've made it in. You're in the baking competition. And she's gone, oh, wow, I get to go to Belgravia. And off she goes. But just beforehand, she meets this random guy in the street. Is he Father Christmas? Is he like an elf? Is he a helper? I don't know what his point of this is. He turns up all the way through this film and is kind of like banging on about what's the quote? I've written it down somewhere. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Does he say that or does she say that? Someone says this and it just keeps going all the way through the film. He keeps popping up in different locations. He's in Chicago. He was in Belgravia. She said, oh, how'd you get here? And he goes, I've never seen you before, but we all know that he has. And he's like following her around the whole film, giving her advice as well. What does he get from this? Why is he constantly giving her? Why is he constantly at these events where she is giving her advice? And how does he know about the switch? How does he know that's happened? Is it that obvious that they've switched that even some random guy is in on the secret? I don't know. Let's move on. She gets to Belgravia. They go, oh, this is a wonderful place, isn't it? It's all Christmassy and that. And then she meets Vanessa Hudgens 2.0, which at the time was a shock to me. Even though I'd seen the trailer, the poster, I sat down and clicked on it on Netflix to watch it. What's happening here? There's two. They're doing a Parent Trap. It's weird. They don't need it. Isn't this format just dead? Neither of them really mentions that they look the same until right at the very end. Neither of them kind of go, whoa, you look the exact same as me. Am I tripping out? No one says that. Why didn't they mention it? Why? This would be the first thing of conversation, surely. Anyway, it goes a few minutes on, and then the princess invites her somewhere, and she goes, I've got a plan for us. And she says for us. It's a very selfish plan on the princess's behalf. The plan being, we're going to switch places because I want to be a commoner for a bit. You could be a princess. And she goes, actually, yeah, I'll be a princess. The long story short here is, you know what's happening. Commoner Vanessa Hudgens falls in love with the prince, British guy from Montenegro. No, not Montenegro, that's a real place. Montenaro. And the princess, Vanessa Hudgens, falls in love with the baker's assistant, who's always had a thing for her, but it's never happened. The commoner pretending to be the princess is the first to slip up, if you will. She says something wrong, and the royal family kind of go, oh, that's a bit odd, that's out of character. They send their butler or regal sleuth to investigate her and just stalk her and follow her everywhere. And then shortly after that, the princess pretending to be the baker also slips up by leaving her phone on the counter, and the little kid that is the baker's assistant's daughter, who's infatuated with her, she answers her phone. Not answers, she looks at her phone and sees the name of the real baker. The princess who's pretending to be the baker just kind of gives up the game to this 8-year-old and goes, yeah.
Lol, I'm actually the princess.
We're going to have some great fun here, and your dad's fit. And it goes on from there. So we've got the classic trope of the kid being in on it and be like, yeah, I know more than everyone else.
I know everything.
There's also a scene in it where the baker is pretending to be the princess, is invited horse riding with the prince, and I don't understand this. Why is she... Right, she agrees to go horse riding, fine, but she can't horse ride. Why does she not, just suggest something different, you know? Just say, can we do this instead? Or say, I don't know, I've got a sore back. Say something, give some excuse. Just don't make an idiot of yourself and go, yeah, let's go horse riding. And then fall off the horse immediately. You look like a mug. Early on in the film, there's another baker introduced, like a rival baker. She's not very nice. And she's basically won the competition last year, but everyone this year, all the media that's surrounding this British Bake Off thing, is obsessed with Vanessa Hudgens and her cakes because they're amazing, and that she's tipped to win it. So the one who won it last year is a bit pissed off, which is fair enough. She obviously wants to. She's running a business. She wants to get some good PR in. I guess the motive is she wants to win again. At the end of the day, she sneaks into the British Bake Off studio before the event goes live. And she just cuts the cord of like the mixer or whatever, the cake mixer. I don't know. I'm not a chef. I'm not a baker. So basically, what this means in the finale, when she's back being the baker, they've switched back. She's baking in the final. She can't crush or mix her cherries, like her cherry. I don't know, her cherry juices, her cherry.
Jam.
I don't know. She can't mix it properly, so she's got to do it by hand. So she tries the machine, and it doesn't work. And at that point, isn't there checks before the show, just checking everything works? I don't know. Wouldn't they just like do a dry run and go, is everything work? Is your oven working? Yep, cool. Right. Is this mixer not working? Right, we've got 3 spares out the back. We thought something might happen, so we'll go get you another one. Do they have to bring their own mixers and stuff, their own ovens? I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what the rules are. Just get like a runner along. Sorry, my mixer ain't working. It looks like it's been cut. Looks like someone's actually cut it. Now I spotted her over there, you know, the evil one, with some scissors running around. But I didn't think she'd do this because that's just a bit pathetic. She still won it. There was no tension. The countdown was on. They went, in third place is the Germans and And by the way, out of the 8 teams, why are 2 of them American at least? Why isn't it equal? Why aren't they just like getting 1 from every country or like 1 from? Why is there 2 Americans? So just before the big baking event, we got the princess pretend to be the baker, get off with the baker's assistant, and we got the baker pretending to be the princess, get off with the prince, right? Both the guys believing that they haven't switched because they don't know anything about it. Or, don't mention this tomorrow, this was a mistake. Okay, fair place. They switched back, and the baker's assistant wants to know a bit more. He wants in. The fiancé prince kind of doesn't understand either because he's going to get married to her, so he's completely out the loop.
Lol, 2 days ago we switched, and now you're in love with actually the baker/princess.
Thought about that.
It's all fun and games. Don't get me wrong, it is all fun and games, but isn't there just a slight betrayal? You know, guys, just have some self-respect, especially the prince who's engaged to someone. He could at least go, oh, hang on, you've gone behind my back and you're off with the baker's assistant. There have to be rules and regulations. If it's some sort of like trade deal that they're getting married, the families won't just accept that he wants a
baker now instead.
I'm going to end this with how would I improve this film. One simple element would maybe get right involved is if all of them had doppelgangers, like every single character. And we didn't get this right until the end. We saw the Vanessa Hudgens switch over. We got that little switcheroo. We understood that. But at the end, the prince has also got a doppelganger. And when she's saying, oh, you're actually with the baker, not me. The prince goes, you're actually with the mechanic, not the prince. Because the prince was over doing mechanic jobs. And the mechanic comes out and goes, hey, it's actually me. And she goes, I thought you were a prince. I was kind of into the prince thing. The butler who's chasing around, he's got a doppelganger with another side. That would be interesting if they all had doppelgangers. They all revealed at the end, and there was things all the way through it that you kind of go, oh, that's a bit out of character. Right. So if you've seen the Princess Switch and you liked it or hated it or have any opinion whatsoever, leave a comment below. Give me a like or a dislike, preferably a like. And remember to subscribe and put the bell icon on. Do all those things and you might get more content. That's the beauty of this all. It's like, you know, I give some, you give some. Beautiful. See you later.